some of the comments were kind of surprising. So they go, it's common for these criminals to commit a crime shortly thereafter. And there was a similar comment that basically said
yes,
that it was better to kill one innocent person, recognizing there's wrongful convictions.
Can you say that slowly?
That the comment was that it's better to kill one innocent person than to let a murderer go free.
That was a comment.
Yeah, and I suppose the premise is that a murderer will kill more than one innocent person. Right. So they think it's a good balance.
Okay.
Right. So that's the kind of thinking. We did see a comment on our TikTok channel that I thought was really helpful. That the person said emotionally they want the death penalty back, but logically they did not.
That's a very helpful comment.
Yeah.
So from an emotional standpoint, something horrific happens. You lose a family member to a horrific crime. We've got these serial killers, and you have a solid conviction. Okay. So you will ponder death penalty emotionally is very satisfying. It can bring closure, and somehow the death of the criminal will satisfy to some extent the loss suffered.
And a sense of balance. I also think too that because we have this fear of death, which some people say that they don't, that they have come to terms with it, but the fear is based on, from very good research, is based on not knowing when and how you could die. And so I think that there's a sense of safety that people get, thinking that their children are safer, they have to worry less about being attacked when they're sleeping in their own home and stuff like that if murderers are put to death. So I think there's an element of safety.
As opposed to sitting in a prison for the rest of their natural life.
Mm-hmm. And there was another interesting comment, actually, that some people were saying, it's an easy way out to have them be killed. It's almost, better to make them suffer and rot in jail. And then somebody said, people should be given an option, if they want to rot in jail for the rest of their life with no parole, or if they want to actually, be killed.
Well, that's interesting. If I'm correct, Timothy McVeigh in the United States, who did the domestic terrorist act and bombed that federal building, he did not oppose the death penalty and didn't appeal.
Okay.
So that's interesting, because you can fight. That's an interesting example of somebody who accepted the fate.
Oh, and there was one other comment that stands out in my mind too, where they said the death penalty is too easy now because it's not as painful anymore as the electric chair used to be. So they actually thought we should not just have the death penalty back, but that we should try to find the cruelest way of doing it possible.
Well, we can always speak to Iran.
This has been going on for a long time. The debate about whether it's moral and just, or whether it undermines the civility of our society. So
I just think it does. This is why I seem so glib about it. I just think this is not a moral act, and it cuts at the heart of who we are as a society. And I think civility in the way we treat our criminals, no matter how horrific, they'll go to jail for the rest of their lives. 23-hour lockdown in a cell, that's fine. But I just don't believe in state-sanctioned murder. It's government power, it's overreach. I don't like the concept.